This program is about the future. Our work is not only about preparing for the immediate, it is about preparing for the risks that ultimately will affect our grandchildren and their grandchildren.
The Humanitarian Futures Program adds serious value. It is very well placed at this moment in time to offer the kind of support that organizations that respond to humanitarian emergencies. It assists them to think differently about the challenges they're likely to face in the future and how to respond differently or innovatively to those challenges.
The HFP is increasing awareness in the aid sector of the need to take a longer-term perspective. So many organisations are wedded to the old ways of doing things and they won't survive.
We broker the message to the humanitarian sector that partnerships and networking are essential. Organizations can't work in isolation anymore. They need to collaborate.
Why am I passionate about the work we do? Because the risks that we will face in the future and the opportunities to offset these risks are there if we prepare now. But we have to prepare now if we are going to have a future.
We're distinctive because we provide partner development. We go into organisations and we help them increase their ability to anticipate, to adapt and to collaborate.
We're advancing an effective dialogue between humanitarian policymakers on one hand and a range of scientists who can tell us about future vulnerability, so that they can tell us both about the kinds of threats that we might face and a number of innovative solutions.
The same kind of systems that humanitarian organisations have used in the 20th century to respond to crises are still being used today, and what the HFP tries to do is to help them identify solutions from science and technology and other sectors that can help them more effectively prepare for the challenges of the future.
If we fail to anticipate new and emerging threats, we fail humankind.
I moved to the continent of Africa that I'm most familiar with. I think the Humanitarian Futures Program is very well placed to support the organizations that respond to crises on the continent in their own different ways. Say, for example, the Economic Community of West African States or the African Union, for example. I think the HFP is very well placed to assist them to think in an overarching way in terms of strategic planning overall on peace and security issues in general and on humanitarian issues in particular.
If you take Haiti and what happened in Haiti, had we thought about prevention, have we thought about ways to deal with the kind of crises Haiti might face, we could have saved hundreds of thousands of lives.
We help the humanitarian sector engage with new humanitarian actors, such as the corporate sector, the military and the diaspora. We also like to engage with political and campaign activists.
The exciting thing is that new humanitarian actors are emerging, people and organizations that were not considered to be traditional actors. Look at Haiti, where a musician now has emerged as one of the leading players in the crisis.
Climate change is very important, we all recognise that, but it's only one of the issues that the Futures Group is trying to take on. And it's one of the issues that we're trying to take on in terms of recognising its context alongside the other many risks that face people now and are emerging in the future.
We can plan to prevent and minimize the risks we can anticipate. And we have to start thinking about those risks that might be.
Those organizations do not typically think, say for example, 20 years in advance, 10 years in advance, or even if they do not in a very robust way, they're trying to do these things differently now, and I think in that sense, HFP is very well placed to support them to do this.
The Humanitarian Futures program promotes a new way of humanitarian thinking. We are part of the spirit of the age.